Good morning, everybody. Well, today's the day that most of you folks over there to the east on the mainland, except Arizona, are going to have to suffer through changing the clocks all over again. Yeah, long back as I can remember, I guess even as a child, I didn't like daylight savings time. That sounds a little weird, but what would happen to me even as a boy was that they changed the clocks and we get this extra daylight, and so it'd be, 8:30 in Chicago, 9 o'clock, and I'm supposed to be in bed and it's still light outside. And I'd be going, Mom, can I go out and play? And they go, no, I know it's light, but it's 9 o'clock at night, Right. So I didn't like it then. Of course, later on, my solar tracking, I don't know what you want to call it, my sensitivity to the sun cycle, probably because I spend so much time outdoors. That's probably why. It's pretty intense. Yeah, I jet lag pretty bad. But daylight savings time, for me, it's like a case of jet lag. Everything is off. It drains me because my body has a clock, and it's used to responding to the biological rhythms, and they do adjust to the sun pattern. Yeah, they kind of move a little later in summer, and so on, but it's a gradual change, organic. It's very organic. Of course, the daylight savings time is not an organic thing. It's like a hammer. Okay, you got one more hour, Well, I don't respond well to it physically. Of course, then when my body is grumpy, my brain follows. And so it just kind of makes me irritable, this whole thing. Most of my life, I had always blamed this on Benjamin Franklin. My cat's here. Yeah, she's coming. Oh, the rain's starting. Yeah, I'd heard that, it was Ben Franklin's idea. Well, I did a little research this morning, and if what I found in Wikipedia was correct, it turns out that, I guess Franklin might have been the first guy to actually sort of mention this in our American, European culture, but he wasn't really serious. Apparently, it was an editorial in a Paris paper, 1784. Benjamin Franklin had suggested that Parisians could save on candles if they were to change the clocks, and I guess he didn't really, many serious things have often been said in jest. That's for sure. Well, so it wasn't Ben's fault. Otherwise, I always kind of admired the guy, but yeah, I guess a guy named George Hudson, American Philosophical Society or something or another. He's the guy who proposed it in this nation. 1928, it became law, and I guess pretty much enacted by 29. So we've been doing this ever since. Everywhere but Arizona, Hawaii, I don't have to suffer through it. You guys here on the island listening to me going, "Dang, all right, what are you talking about? Daylight savings time?" Right? Yeah, we don't have it. As we move closer to the equator, the point in even bothering doesn't make much sense because the length of day change from winter to summer isn't that great. So it's kind of a pointless thing, but I think there's enough documentation out there as far as what this does to people's health that there is some serious consideration, I guess, at the national level about actually getting rid of it. That there's a bill, I think, I heard maybe in the news this morning, as a side note to, hey, change your clocks, it's coming. Yeah, plus, I can never remember which way to go. I always get confused with it anyway. The whole thing to me is screwy. I am curious, how the rest of you feel. Surveys that they had on the TV news indicate that there's a high percentage of Americans that would really like to get rid of this. This whole thing was all about saving energy. That's what they claimed. But how do the rest of you feel about daylight savings time, really? They claim that it's an unpopular idea. I think medically it's a bad idea. I know, at least for me, it's never any good. Okay? Well, I'm blessed to live in a state that doesn't have it. And we aren't planning to have it. I don't know, California is trying to lead the nation there with putting on permanent daylight savings time. No change in the clock. We're going to make this all daylight savings time. Like, wow. What was wrong with the standard clock time? That I don't get. And I guess some of this legislation coming through that may change it is about leaving the country on permanent daylight savings time. Whatever. I don't get why that might be an advantage either. Clock's a clock, body's a body. We go to work. Blah blah blah. Anyway, hey. Hang loose, you get comments on how you feel about daylight savings time. Yes, please, go ahead. Leave them right there.